Let's talk about the real estate journey. Everyone wants to get into this, and they wholesale, they rehab, they do multifamily. And a lot of times they only do that because some guru or coach or some online course that they took told them to go and do this. Why? Why are they doing this? Why are you doing this? Let's talk about the real estate investor's journey that we have come up with that gives a little framework for where you're headed. A lot of people, depending on where you fall on the REI ladder, make sure you check out the REI ladder video that we did. For where you fall on that, depending on what resources you have. Do you have time? Do you have money? Do you have credit? Do you have connections? Do you have a network, right? What are the resources that you have to bring to the table? That will determine where you go in your strategies in real estate. We've developed a G5 framework to show you that journey and where you're headed. We'll start with get, learning how to get the money. This is where you're in survival mode and you're learning how to build your business and how to generate income, whether that's through rehabbing, wholesaling, agency, whatever that might be. We then have to take some of that income that you learned how to generate and move it into grow. We want to be able to grow that income and move it into active transactional income into passive or accumulated rental income. You can do that through multifamily, self-storage, RV parks, mobile home parks, however you feel like that should be happening for you. We're now going to take what you've just built and are moving it into the guard segment of this framework. Now, guard is kind of cool. Sounds boring, right? You might already know about how to incorporate and do LLCs and that sort of thing, but it's not just about that. It's about proper tools that you now can put in place that generate even more income for yourself. You might have heard things like infinite banking concept and leveraged insurance products. Well, we have a lot of really cool products that do that. And we also have really cool sheltering and liability protection tools that you don't just find from your normal attorney's office. So from the guard phase, we then move into gain. This perspective will challenge a lot of your self-made beliefs and limits that you put on yourself since you were a kid. From stories about money from your parents, your church, your schools, your peers, everyone around you. You might have been taught that money is bad. You might have been taught that having things is bad. You might have been taught that flaunting the things that you want is bad. When in reality, what I have found is that we're put on this planet to experience abundance in everything that the universe or God or whatever you want to call it has for us here on earth. Gain means is now that you have built your engines, you have income coming in, you have guarded it and are now building more by the tools you put into place in the guard segment, now it's time to really level up your own life. You're flying first class. You're providing experiences to your family that you've never provided before. You're able to take the time that you need, and you're finally able to experience the financial, time, and travel freedom that you've always desired for you and your family. At the bottom and the root of all four of these G's is the number one reason we're all in this business to begin with, and that's to give back. Giving. Moving from get to grow and grow to guard and guard to gain. Every single part of the G framework, you're giving along the way. Because the more you give, the more you are receiving, whether you know it or not and whether you expect it. We're only here to make sure we leave this world in a better place, leaving a legacy, leaving a foundation. And it starts with even as small as $10 or $20 or $25, or it starts with donating your time. Once you learn your purpose and you feel fulfilled in your own mission for your why, for why you're giving back, this is the hero's journey within a real estate investment business. This is where you should strive to be. Come along and follow us as we hold people accountable moving through this G5 framework in one of our different programs. REI Ignition is a live weekly community and a close community where we hold each other accountable, and we do it together because this business is not one you have to do alone. We also have a much higher level of accountability called REI Accelerated, where we have a done-with-you, scalable real estate business, where we follow the G5 framework and we also follow different frameworks that ensure that you don't just succeed and build a real estate business successfully, but you're also able to have the life that you've always wanted to live. If you feel called to be a part of a community that's higher than just yourself, feel free to jump on into the links below. That'll give you more information on those programs and you can apply to see if they're right for you. Otherwise, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next videos. Check us out, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the good stuff.